Let me get personal today because I'm feeling it so strongly. And not that I'm not personal any other time. Everything that I talk about is from very deeply lived personal experience, except I tend to not focus on details, but more on extracting the wisdom and insights that I have gained from processing it. But something that's been coming up very strongly lately has been stepping into the fullness of my power. And what are the blocks? And so many blocks have come up. And it's like things from past lives and conditioning from this lifetime, and associating power with being vulnerable. And when you think about all of the historic dramas and things from that are happening right now, also a lot of times people are murdered for their power. Other people are jealous of their power. Um, they try to do anything possible to take it away from them or to demean and disgrace that person. And that is all like that 3D mindset of lack, limitation, competition, comparison, which we're outgrowing. Whereas in the 5D, it's all about we can all shine, we can all thrive, we can all share our individual talents, gifts, and abilities and benefit from one another without comparison and competition. The model is based on cooperation. And while we're transitioning, naturally we have to face the 3D programming and realize that that's what it is, programming, and let go of the past completely, forgive it, and don't repeat it anymore. So on my journey, what's been coming up has been the witch wound, being punished for speaking my truth, for using my power, for using the power of the word and teaching others how to use it, how to use herbal medicine, how to operate their conscious and subconscious mind, and how we have that power inside of ourselves to decide what is it that we want. From all the options available, pick, choose, decide, which is masculine energy. And then we get to focus on it and embody having that thing. Like, what would the feeling be like if you already have that? If you already are that? And stay with that feeling. Let your mind constantly go back to that visual, to that end, and then let it go, knowing that you'll receive it, and you can rely on your feminine flow, like relax, receive, follow intuition to inspired action. And this is how we co-create. Hi everyone. And when we remember that this is how we create, and all of the creation happens within, first on the spiritual level, in imagination, deciding what is it that we want, visualizing it, focusing on it, feeling the feeling of already having it, and then staying in that feeling like I already have that thing. I don't have to want it. I'm not coming from lack, I'm coming from abundance. I know that I already have it. And then what the universe does is it matches the frequency. So if we're in the frequency of already having, of abundance, of gratitude, of love, of joy, of fulfillment, it brings us the things that are going to make us feel that way. And this is the power that I'm talking about. Instead of focusing on the outside and waiting on somebody to give us what we want, or fighting against somebody for not giving us what we want, or being filled with fear about the state of the world, which the news is very subjective and it's only showing us certain things. There's so many wonderful things that happen in the world that nobody shows on the news. So we've got to be very selective. Our power is also in choosing what are we feeding our body? What are we feeding our mind? What are we feeding our emotions? What are we feeding our soul? And do we move from our heart and soul? Or do we move from what other people want us to do and what are the expectations on us and the fear of, well, I shouldn't outshine that person, or, this person is older, and if I speak up and tell my truth and it contradicts theirs, they'll get intimidated. And because I'm younger, I should just play small and not open my mouth and let them have the upper hand in this, even though what they're claiming or doing or saying is not right and it's not true. Enough of that. That is the old story. It's time to really align with our truth and not be afraid to speak it, because there are so many old souls in young bodies. And we came here for that. We came to help that shift that the earth is going through. And it's okay to be brilliant, and it's okay to be beautiful, and it's okay to be very intelligent and very emotionally intelligent and very deep in your soul. And it's okay to be everything, because we decide who we want to be. We're not defined by outside circumstances, what people say about us, who people want us to be. But this is the power that we can define who we want to be. And you can focus on all of the wonderful qualities and decide, I'm going to embody them. And the universe will present you with opportunities where you can showcase them. You can be patient, kind, compassionate, loving, successful, brilliant, um, magical, creative, abundant, joyful, peaceful, wise, content, satisfied, delighted, delightful, cherished, adored, adoring. Whatever you want to add to yourself, you can. And just make sure that the things that you're focusing on, you also act accordingly. And if you decide, I want to be a kind person, you have to follow up with action. And if you don't, you have to self check and take responsibility. And this is how we create the character that we want to be. Think of it like your avatar or a character in a video game that you're playing. And this is the power that we can shift and create and co create whatever we desire, as long as it's in accordance with the golden rule: do to others as you'd like it to be done unto you. Because technically, there are no others, it's all oneself playing this game of Maya where we forget to remember. Uh, so don't be afraid to step into your power and be into your fullness, and take the responsibility of deciding who you want to be and acting accordingly, and taking the steps that will ensure that you are that person. And follow your dreams, trust your desires, follow the things that resonate with your soul. There's so much information available nowadays, so many incredible people who have achieved incredible things that we can be inspired by. So much art that came from people's souls that serves as roadmaps for themselves and others. And it's up to us to pick and choose and decide, what do we say yes to and what do we say no to, and create this wonderful vision board, this collage, this tapestry of wonderful things, magic and presence, and live it. And that is the power, to believe that you're worthy and deserving of creating the life of your dreams and being that great person that you aspire to be, and that everybody else is worthy and deserving too, and that we can all help one another achieve our dreams and serve as inspirations for each other, and libraries and sources of wisdom, of truth, of beauty, of light, of magic, of positivity, of joy and cooperation. And this is how we create heaven on earth collectively, by creating heaven on earth individually.